Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get a nice little workout in. It's Sunday, fun day. My buddy right here.
Yo, have a good workout.
Yeah, thank you. He's holding it down. So, so let's do this. By the treadmill, and I just happened to see this paperclip. And from what I understand, I think I read this somewhere. How you find a penny? They call it a lucky penny, and I usually pick those up. But I think I read somewhere if you see a paperclip, it means it's time to get organized. I don't know if this is true or not. Google it, but it means that it's time to get organized. For what? I don't know. But I just found it randomly next to the machine here. Such a random spot. Is it bad that I feel bad that I didn't finish out my workout as strong as I wanted to? I actually picked up the phone, had a good conversation with a buddy of mine, but I didn't finish out the way I wanted to finish. I had about three or four more sets. I mean, I was literally right there at the end, but I didn't cross the finish line. And that's a lesson. Like, you have to just cross the finish line and then go. But the conversation was really good, and I didn't want to just break it. But anyway, I'm gonna keep it moving. I'm gonna head over to Whole Foods, have some weekday planning happening, and I'll talk to you when I get there. So I just finished out some documents that I had to sign. Shout out to my boy, Nice Jones. He gave me an invite to be on the panel of Juneteenth panel coming up on Juneteenth. And yeah, just finished out those documents, but it just gave me a lot to think about. You know, there's a lot of things that kind of keep to myself in terms of what it means to be black here in America, and what does that mean what does that presently mean, and what does that mean in the future. And we have enough data right now to kind of understand what it meant in the past and the generation before us. But I think a lot about, like, what does it mean now, and what does it mean in the future. And you know, there's some parts of me that are very concerned, and then parts of me that are hopeful. I always wrestle with this and struggle with this. But yeah, so I just wanted to. I'm thinking about it right now, and it's. I'm torn in a lot of ways. But anyway, I just wanted to give a shout out to my brother Nice Jones for thinking about me, and I'm looking forward to it. Anytime I'm asked to share my thoughts, ideas, opinions in a public forum, I don't take it lightly, and because I know that people will hear something and it can influence them to think, you know, one way or the other, and I do my best, and I have a lot of intention on, you know, making sure I'm saying something that's impactful and ultimately paradigm shifting. Maybe a year or two ago, I pretty much turned down a lot of different speaking engagements and stuff like that, panels, only because I wasn't really in the headspace and I wasn't inspired. I would say, like, the last 2 years, I wasn't inspired by much. But now, I've been very much inspired, and you see that. You see my inspiration through the output of vlogs that I'm doing day in and day out. I'm really inspired because now that I understand the message that I want to, you know, put out there, I'm going 100%. Every single day, I'm staying in your face until it makes sense. I'm staying in your face until it breaks through. So you see me, you know, every single day, because I know it's important. of what I have to say. And sometimes it's not all said in one thing, but it's over a series of things. And at first it looks crazy. Like, what's going on? Why is this guy doing all these vlogs? And it doesn't make any sense. And I have people that ask me or trying to figure out, and it's multi-reason. There's multi-pronged reason. And this Juneteenth panel is a piece of it. So I'm really looking forward to it. You'll see. I'll bring you along with it, and that, especially as I'm preparing and thinking about it, and because there's no script to it, as from what I understand. It's just a panel of other people besides myself, but it still has me thinking. Has me pondering, has me really going back to some of the things that I've journaled. I haven't shared with anybody. And those things are starting to bubble up now as I sign the dotted line. So I'm actually about to go to my bus. My bus is coming in like 10 minutes, so I have to cut this really short. I'm gonna jump on my bus and head back to the crib. There was a part of my day that I wish I had a chance to record. There's this young man that lives right around the corner from my house, and his name is Sire. And I introduced myself, this is weeks ago, I introduced myself to him. And every time I would see him, I would say, "Hey Sire, what's up, man, how you doing?" He's a young man, he's about 19 or so. And so today, I walked around the corner, walked past him, said hi to him. And he comes running up to me, he's like, "How do you remember my name?" And I was a little taken back by that question. I've never been asked that, because one thing that I'm really good at is remembering people's names. And I told him how I remember his name. A few things that I do, I remember his face and blah, blah, blah. I'm not getting into that. Anyway, I told him how I was able to remember his name. And then he goes in to share with me that, how it's funny that funny that he met me today, because he was thinking about doing some business ideas, and he's 19, trying to figure out what he wants to do next. And it was just one of those moments that I wish I vlogged it, because it was just so authentic, so real, and it really points to the purpose of why I'm doing what I'm doing, why I move the way I move, like simple things like taking the bus, of meeting people where they're at. And it was just an example, because I walked away from that conversation like, man, this is why I do it. This is why this needs to get magnified to reach that young man like him that was 19. And you could tell, without the proper guidance or mentorship or whatever, things don't look great. Again, back to the Juneteenth panel, and thinking about that, like, that's who I'm speaking to. That's who I'm looking to move or impact, just with a few words. And it first starts with, like, people don't care what you know. People care that you care, and they can tell right off the bat that you care just by how you present yourself, and how you are concerned about where they're at and what they're looking to do and how you can help. But yes, I just thought I would share that story, put it on record, because it's one of those things that I wish I captured. Yeah, one of those things I wish I captured. So I'm calling it a day. If anything in this video resonates with you, I would love to hear from you. If you look at my description, I have something called office hours. There's a calendar there. It's really simple, really easy. Takes about 2 minutes. Tuesdays and Thursdays for 15 minutes. And we're looking forward to hearing from you. With that said, peace.